All right, cool. Why don't you start by introducing yourself? Tell people who you are, what you do, how many kids you got, marriage, all that jazz.
My name is George Bell. I'm originally from Steubenville, Ohio. I joined the military when I was 19 back in '98. So from there, I moved from Ohio to North Carolina, where I spent most of my career. I did like 3 years in Germany. So I retired from the military. I did like 20 years and some change. Once I got done with that, I started working for a company called Fieldcraft Survival up in Prescott, Arizona. So I moved from Fayetteville, North Carolina, all the way up to Prescott, Arizona once I retired back in December of 2018. And I'm the chief of operations here / vice president / this / that. It's a small veteran-owned company, so we wear many hats. So currently I have 2 daughters from a previous marriage, 12 and 6. And then I have a son that's 17 months old from I got remarried and currently been remarried for about a couple years now.
Cool.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Thank you. Just got my drink.
Oh, yeah.
What branch were you in?
I was in the Army. My job was psychological operations. I did my whole career was that. And it was
torturing people?
What's that? No,
Torture.
I mean,
what's psychological operations?
So we're more of like we provide we're a voice of the commander or whoever we're supporting in the battlefield. So we do a wide variety of dissemination of information. So what of our messages, we try to persuade or try to change the behavior of our target audience to make them do what our overall SOP objective is. So if it's go out and vote, we do a series of products that will make people go vote. So it's billboards, TV stations, newspapers, radio, anything
within the military.
Yeah, this is
within the military.
Yep.
Okay.
So
this isn't. You're not creating content that goes out to the public. It's staying strictly within the branches.
Yeah, we work with DOD, and then depending on what element we're working with, we'll have different approval change. So if you're working at an embassy, the approval for the products is going to be the ambassador, but at the same time, you have to run it up your commander side of it, so they know what's going on, so they can brief it and track.
Civilian talk. That's marketing and communication.
Yeah, basically, it's marketing and advertising.
It sounds so much more cooler the way you say it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's just marketing and advertising, and just trying to change people's behaviors and try to get them to do what you want to do.
And you went straight to school?
Yeah, I did a year. So I graduated high school. I did a year of college. I went to Ohio Northern University. I had very big dreams of becoming a pharmacist, which didn't really work out well. I did a year of that and just wasn't for me. And then I enlisted in the military, and then I just did 20 years. So
did you flunk one of those core classes?
It was a lot. It was like I wish I could say I had I partied and I didn't care, but I just didn't have that work ethic, that's those study ethics in high school to carry on to college. And when you have biology, anatomy, calculus, chemistry,
those aren't easy. Yeah,
it was way over my head. But the funny thing was, I got an A in all my pharmacy classes. So go figure.
Oh, really? Yeah. So I had a lot of friends that for some reason were going into the pharmacy segment when I was at WVU, and same thing happened to them. So I guess in that program, you don't have the option to retake certain core classes that you fail, and they would, they just couldn't do it their freshman year, either lack of talent or they just partied too hard, and so they had to switch majors.
Oh wow, yeah. I got lucky. Yeah, I was lucky. I got right into the pharmacy college. I know some colleges you have to do a couple of years of pre-pharmacy and then you get in, but this one I got straight in, and I just I was over my head, and I shouldn't have done it, but hey, you live and you learn.
It happens.
Yeah,
I think it all worked out well.
Oh yeah, sure did. I can't.
So you did 1 year in school, and then were you recruited off campus to go in?
Yeah. So after my first year, I went back home for the summer, and I was I need to figure out what I want to do. So I did a summer class, and I was just I'm just not feeling this. I want to work. I want to make money. I want to travel. I want to do something different. So I just called the recruiter up, went down, and then started the process of getting in. And I got in at the end of 2008. Yeah, 2008. So, and the rest is history.
Wait, 2008.
I think it was no.
How do you, no.
No.
How do you
I'm
do
sorry.
20 years if it's
1998. I'm terrible with,
Okay.
With math. 1998.
That makes way more sense.
I feel like I tell my wife sometimes, I'm like, I can't remember like my late 20s, early 30s. I just have to like really like find a date and then pick pieces and put it together like to where I was.
I struggle with my kids' names sometimes.
I do the same thing.
Much less birth dates.
Yeah.
Where was I going with that? How did you grow up? Did you have both parents in the house?
Yeah, I had both parents in the house. My dad was blue collar. He was in the local 809 laborers union. My mom, she's a nurse's aide. She works at a She works for hospice care. So she loves her job, man. It's like she's an angel. Like that's what we call her, because it's just like she takes care of these people like with the utmost respect and just so nice to them. The families love her, and
this is a tough field.
Yeah, it's very tough, and she just has this like personality that just like eases everybody and just makes everybody feel good. So it's just like it's nice. And then I have a younger brother. He's 2 years younger than me. I'm 41, and he's 2 years younger than me. So yeah, we kind of grew up everyone in the same house. There was no.
Were they on military decision?
No, what's that?
Were they on board with the military decision?
Yeah, they were, because they really. I mean, my dad didn't want me living at home, and I really wanted to do something in my life, so they were all for it. They were proud. So, and then once 9/11 happened, and everyone got like nervous. So, I mean, it was obviously they're going to worry about their son. So.
Oh yeah, because you went in. I guess that would have been what, your fourth year?
Yeah,
so pretty
much. Yep.
Is that the reason you re-upped and made it a career?
No, not necessarily. I think I was just at the point where when it came to my re-enlistment time, I just was at a point where I was wanted more. I wanted to see what was out there, so I re-enlisted for like another 4 years, and then another 6, and then you like re-enlist indefinitely on like your last sign up. So I did that, and I liked what I was doing every time. I was going places, getting put into like different roles and responsibilities that I liked, and I traveled everywhere. So I just kept with it, grinded it out.
So I don't know if this falls into you, but I've noticed there's a lot of similarities with military. And military is obviously huge. There's lots of people, so there's difference. It seems like a lot of young guys who go into the military, they get married right away. I'm not quite sure what causes that. A lot of divorce as well, and probably just quits. And then a lot of stupid financial decisions.
So
like give young kids a bunch of money, and then they just do crazy stupid with it.
Yeah, in my opinion,
does that happen to you?
Yeah, in my opinion, you see it a lot. I mean, you see a lot of young guys come in. They're away from home. This may be their first time ever out of their hometown. And they're getting money, and they got a bank account set up, so they go get a car payment. And then they go down and they get like the worst interest rate. They get like a 30% interest rate, or they get a loan for like new wheels and rims or tires and stuff, and just make very piss poor decisions financially. And then I think the part of like people getting married too young, I just think sometimes the military gets a little boring sometimes. So, you want to have that partner or that girlfriend, and then a lot of times people get married to get the extra money you get. So when you get married, you get a basic housing allowance, and then you get and then you get like food for like your incidentals, like your groceries and stuff like that. So, and that's your.
So they give you a little extra then.
Yeah, you get like, I think you get anywhere from, depending on where you're at, it goes by your zip code. You can get up to like $1,700 a month for housing, and then I think the rate for, it's called BAS. It's like basic allowance for, I forget the S, but it's like $250, $300. So you're getting like this extra money on top of your pay. So
yeah, I mean that's like $20,000.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people get married for that reason, and then for the divorce rate, I mean it's kind of, you look at our deployment rate, and then I know back in the mid 2000s, you had the surge, and you had guys in Iraq for 22 months straight. I mean, yeah, you get your mid-tour leave, which is like 14 days.
That's helping a relationship, yeah.
So that's going to stress your relationship out. And then just the training cycle sometimes, just it's nonstop. So a lot of the you're not home and absent from the wife, and stuff happens. And
I see that. But plus, when your foundation is, you rushed it just to get a little extra money.
Oh yeah, it's not like you didn't really get to learn that person, like their little ins and outs or what makes them tick. And
and I'm assuming as soon as you get in the military, you're not home. Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah, I've noticed, like, you go to a base, that strip right outside the entrance of the base is just like nothing but entrapment financially. It's just all the stupid thing you can do, like, right outside the base.
Yep.
That was funny.
Yes, it is. And it's like cheap and it's like high price. Hey, it's terrible.
Yeah. When did you get married? I guess the first time around.
So my first time I got married, I think I was 2021. I was real young. I got married.
So you were one of them.
Yeah, got married in 2001, 2000, and then we stayed together for about 15 years, and then we ended up getting divorced.
Oh, that's a long relationship.
Oh yeah, I mean, but the funny thing about it is, like, in the military, we were so up and down with our deployment. So it was like a lot of times you didn't see that person, or if I was gone. So we spent a lot of time apart.
But I guess, because you were wartime.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I mean, as soon as I basically got in, like 2 years later, 9/11 happened, and then boom, it was basically nonstop, other than training missions and then just downtime we had. So.
Yeah. 2 kids with that marriage, right?
Yep, I had 2 daughters with my first wife, and then got divorced like 2015, and then did the whole single thing, dated here and there, had a girlfriend, did the whole dating site stuff, and finally found someone that's like kind of, we just hit it off like first date. I mean, after the first date, I deleted the apps and just said, hey, let's do this again next week, and then it just every weekend we just got together, and then it just blossomed into a sweet relationship, and we got married. It was great. We were both a little older. Yeah, we're both a little older. I mean, I'm 41. She's in her late 30s. So let's just go get married. I mean, it was just, I'm getting ready to retire. We're moving. We knew it was the right time, and I mean, I don't need anyone's permission anymore. So I'm a grown ass man. So I just married her, and that's what we did.
So I never dated in the app world. I just, when I was a teenager when I got married anyway, but there just weren't apps. That's the first time I've heard somebody say, delete all the apps. I made it serious.
Yeah, exactly.
I never thought about that before.
It was honestly, like,
a different world.
When I got divorced and became single, it was a whole new world. You know what I mean? It was, everything was, it was crazy. And then I was at a point where I was like, well, like, what do I do now? And then my buddy was like, get on this app here, and you'll be cool, man. Just go have fun. And I did that, and it was it's a weird culture, the dating, online dating.
Replace the bar, I assume.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Most of the time, just ridiculous.
How old were your kids in 2015?
That was my oldest was, I think, 7 or 8 at the time, and then my youngest was probably 2, maybe 2.5. I think. Numbers are right. So they were young.
2-year-old probably doesn't affect us. My 7 or 8-year-old knows what's going on with mom and dad.
Oh yeah, definitely. So the best thing about my divorce,
how did you handle that and try and keep it?
So the best thing about my divorce, we stayed good friends. Like, we're still friends to this day. Like, there's no animosity. Yeah, we might have our little disagreements here every once in a while on certain things, but we try to keep it as mutual, friendly as possible. We don't discuss anything in front of the kids. So once we decided to get the divorce, I talked to my oldest daughter. I explained to her what was going on, and I think, at the beginning, it was kind of strange for her to like think about like, why isn't mommy and daddy together anymore? And, I've never treated my kids to where I hid anything from them. I don't talk to my kids like a kid. I talk to them like a grown up but I communicate to them in a way they can understand it, but I'm not using like
Right. Age appropriate.
like, yeah, I'm using age appropriate terms so they understand like this is serious, but it's nothing to worry about. We're still together, as in
But at the same time,
co-parenting.
telling them the truth.
Yeah. So, and I made sure like at the beginning, I made sure that I visited him like when we did a week on, week off, and we didn't do any like custody. We didn't do any child support. It was everything we wanted to do. We didn't want the courts involved telling me that I have to pay this certain amount for my child when it just doesn't make sense for when me and my ex talked about it. So we decided to do it on our own, and we did week on, week off. But during the week that I didn't have him, I'll always make sure I stopped by, hung out with him, for 30 minutes, hung out, ate dinner sometimes, and it just made it to feel like, hey, mommy and daddy might not be married anymore, but we're still here. We're still working together and, making it the best we can. So.
And how was her acceptance of that? Did it take her a while to kind of adjust to it?
I think at the beginning it was kind of weird because they were going back and forth to the house every week. But I think at the end it became a normal like way of life because nothing really changed. The only thing that changed was mommy and daddy weren't living together anymore. But the love, I have a thing every Friday night. I try to keep it Friday pizza and movie night. They get to pick the pizza, they get to pick the movie, and then we just have like a nice family thing. So I made sure like I kept special moments throughout the week, and then when I had them, I made sure like things were special and that they would remember that stuff. So nothing's like really negative during that time.
That's good. So this will be a tough question in the sense that you've obviously remarried, love your wife, and have another daughter. So it's probably going to be a tough answer, or it's a weird question to ask, but I'm still curious. So you're in a good relationship with your ex-wife, like things are amicable. Why was there a fraction in that relationship? Why didn't that one stay together?
So, we were together 15 years. A lot of the times, I think due to the military and the fact that we got married young, we just didn't get along sometimes. So it was like sometimes it's a roller coaster, and then in the end, basically when your wife tells you that she's a lesbian, there's nothing you can really do about it. You know what I mean? So her feelings changed, and things change, and that's what happened. And like, I'll be honest with you, like when it first happened, I mean, it crushed me. It was like, what the hell? Did I miss something here? And I just put like all this like negativity on myself, and like was like, what happened? What did I do? Did I say something? Did I do something? And but in the end, once I started processing it, I would talk to I would go to our behavioral health on base, and I would talk to them and explain what's going on. And through all the work and discussion, I kind of was like, what, this was kind of the best thing that ever happened to us, to be honest with you. Like the last 5 years were hit or miss, and once I did start looking back on it, little things came up. I'm like, oh, okay, I see. And then we just talked about it. We had a good talk for about 3 or 4 hours of talking about the situation, and just worked it out. I mean, I try not to like live in the past. I try not to like hold grudges, because all that's going to do is like get my anxiety worked up, get my depression back. I don't want to think about that shit. I want to be able to move on, move forward, never stop moving forward, and just, hey, it didn't work out. High five. Let's make it better here on out. So, it worked out for the best. So
I guess that's two big adjustments for your kids then, because they have to deal with parents separating them from a gay parent. So,
yeah, big time. Yeah, it was different. But
is that mostly your wife kind of talking her through that one, or were you involved in that as well?
I definitely was hands off on that one. It's really it's none of my business what they do in their relationship and how they run it on their side. Her wife right now is amazing with the kids. Like, she takes care of the kids. That's good. She's like she birthed them. You know what I mean? It's like it's great. It's nice. The discipline and just getting stuff
considering
done.
the circumstances, it's probably the best you can hope for.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I hate playing like the what if game, but it was like if it was like another guy that she left me for, something like that, honestly, it'd be a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is. It's just the way that I am, I guess. I don't know.
I think most men would feel the same way.
Yeah. So.
So there's a lot of stigma, and obviously you did it, because that was going to be my follow-up question there. Did you go to any counseling? I know the military's got a lot of support in that stuff, but at the same time, a lot of guys just like to shy away from that stuff because it's unmanly. Or they should be able to deal with it.
Well, I look at it like this. I'm not like at the beginning of my career, in the mid of my career, I was always like, oh, I don't need to talk to anybody about my feelings. I'm not gonna, like, why? Nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna happen. And then once I started deploying and coming back and getting into these roles, more responsibility, I looked up and I'm like, you know what? I have to take care of myself, because if I can't take care of myself, I can't take care of my family. I can't take care of my teammates. So I made sure that I started going to, when I was in Germany, I started going to counseling. And then when I got back and then the divorce happened, I didn't go to counseling for that because I didn't have time at the beginning of it, because I was deploying to Germany for another mission. But once I got to Germany, I went and saw someone at behavioral health and just talk every once in a while, just to get stuff off my chest. Really, I really wasn't asking for any advice, because I kind of knew like what I needed to do. But I just wanted to vent and then get to some, just talk back and forth. Yeah, just want to get off my chest. That's all. So.
And I'm assuming you would recommend that to other people as well.
Oh yeah, I tell you what, going to like talking to somebody at like behavioral health or mental health honestly helped me out with so much stuff in my life, like just decision making, like working out feelings that I had, and then if even if I wasn't feeling bad, I'd still go and just talk about like what I was doing in my life and just things like that. So it's like, and that person's not going to sit there and judge you. They're not going to sit there and like tell anybody what you said. So having that trust, it's all about trust. If I'm sharing my feelings, I have to trust someone in order to do that. So, and by having that outlet, like right here, I'll make sure that I take advantage of that.
Cool. So are your kids, you're in Arizona now.
Yeah.
I guess where are your kids in Arizona?
So I have my son is here with me, and then my two daughters, they're in St. Augustine, Florida right now, but they're.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's where I'm from.
Yeah. So they're moving to Colorado, like near Colorado Springs, because my ex's brother lives there. So she wants to be closer to family. So they're leaving. They'll be out there end of this month, and then I go from here to Colorado Springs area, and I pick them up at the end of the month. So, and I'll have them for the summer.
How are you doing custody now?
So during the school year, my ex has them. It's just easier that way. I think, if I look at it, I think my daughter should be with their mother. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, I'm the father, but I think the kids should be with their mother, and that's kind of what we agreed on. So they get them during the school year, and I get them on like all the breaks, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then spring, and then summer break. So it's kind of split in half, to be honest with you. I think 50-50.
And you're getting them for the whole summer?
Yeah, we're getting them for the whole summer, and then right before school starts, I'll drive them back, and then they'll start school.
What if school never starts back up?
That's what I'm saying. They might just do online. They could probably stay a little longer with me.
Yeah.
So that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be fun. So how are they again? I should have remembered this. I don't have notes. I don't have a place to write my notes today.
12 and 6, and then my 12-year-old, she's going to be 13 in July. So that's another milestone.
Yeah. So you starting to prep for college?
Yeah.
No,
not really, but kind of. It's
can't you?
Slow go. But
you can pass your GI benefit for them, can't you?
Yeah. So, like, I got 100% disability through the VA, and I think I can send them through my benefits. They'll call it to be paid for. So that's another perk of being like retired and being broken. So.
But was that a battle injury?
No, it's just I think everything they do is like they take once you retire you get a physical, and they go from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, everything that you have like wrong with you, and they go through all your records and stuff that you've been seen for. So it's mostly I got a lot of back, like lower back, shoulders, my neck. I get numbness, so it's like just nerve damage and stuff like that.
Yeah, you guys get the snot beat out of you.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a pretty common story.
Yeah,
guys
it's
have
like
been
I
there
can
for a
still
while.
like function day to day, but it's after that day, it's like I feel every bit of that.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I get it. What are you
Okay.
poking at?
sorry, I was trying to get stuff off my screen.
You distracted me with your finger poking me in the face.
But I have
Where are
to
we
go.
going with that?
I'm moving right now. Is it okay if I'm on the move doing this?
I had a follow-up question. You just distracted me. Daggone. All right. So remarried.
Yep.
Remarried. Just had a kid. How 15 months did you say?
He'll be what's May? He'll be 17 months this month.
Okay. How's that going?
That's great.
What's it like having a toddler during COVID?
Yeah, he's into everything. I can't even keep up with him half the time.
That's
He's
good.
talking. He's trying to talk. He does a lot of the mimicking stuff, to where he mimics, and it's funny because he'll blow on his food. But he just likes to follow you around. Like everywhere you go, he follows you. And he's into everything. He's into chords. Like he loves playing with chords. He loves singing. He loves dancing. So all these things he just loves doing. And it's just he'll sit there. He's like 17 months, and he sits and he watches movies for like an hour. Like it's the weirdest thing what he does. So and it's cool to see him grow. And it's like sometimes I'll go away for like a weekend, and I'll come back and it will feel like he's he's like a different person. Like he just looks different. I don't know. It's just like it's great to watch him grow.
They grow fast. So I take it when you were in the military, you weren't there.
So for my oldest daughter, I was kind of there for her, like for the first 3 years of her life, because I was an instructor at our non-commissioned officers academy. So I saw her a lot, but then when I started deploying, once I got done with that job, I would do 6 months at a time and come back, and just kind of as I was gone, it got a lot harder with my second daughter, because when my second daughter was born, I deployed to Ukraine. So she was born in January. I left in Ukraine, I think in March or April, I think it was. And I was gone for another 6 months. So when I came back, it took her a couple of days for her to even remember who I was. So
yeah,
it was weird.
Any advice for military dads then on that?
I feel I would just say have a good support system. Have a good friends and families you can trust, and that can be there for your wife while you're not there, and then while you're deployed, just have those special little things that you do. Try to as much as you can, or your situation is, just be there for them as much as you can, and call them every once in a while, or send them letters. Little things like that would go a long way.
Can you do this kind of stuff while you're overseas?
Yeah, depending on where you're at, they have an NWR. It's the morale welfare people, and they have you'll have telephones, video chat set up, computers and stuff like that. So it just depends on where you're at.
Okay, and that would help a lot. You could have that face interaction. Where are you going?
It's the thing is keeps popping up.
Hold on, you what?
Okay. There you go.
You're back.
Okay.
Where you going?
So they have a lot of things. They have mail system is good. So if you want to order stuff and send them, then everything's there for you set up.
traveling to?
But
Can you hear?
I'll tell you what. At the beginning of the war, though, I didn't speak probably to my family probably two. And they didn't want anybody like giving anything to give anything away. I guess there was like a lot of operational security going on.
Well, that in 2001, communications is not what it was today.
No, not at all. I mean, once I finally got to call back home, we were using we were using the satellite cell phone.
Satellite phone.
Yeah.
And those are so good.
Yeah, they worked okay. I mean, I remember I was in Libya, and I was out in the middle of nowhere, and I was talking to my ex-wife like it was like we were on a cell phone call, like back in the States.
No.
Am I cutting out?
Where are you?
I'm in.
Where are you driving to?
I'm driving to our campsite right now. Can you
We'll
hear
wrap
me?
it up to a little bit. Copy. Why don't you go ahead and you suck right now.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. All right, so tell everyone about what was this? Global Tactical? I can't quite remember. What's the name?
Oh,
so
I'm called Fieldcraft Survival, and we're a preparedness company. We educate people on just being prepared, like having just for example, like a med kit in your car or a tourniquet on you, just in case someone does get injured, something like that. Just a simple thing like that. We sell. We sell different products for like mobility training, and then we also provide training for like law enforcement, military. We do open enrollment training for rifles, pistols. We also do a long range training, like rifle, like long gun training. So we do got a lot of training, and then we got a lot of products, and then we also have a.
Is that only in your town, or do you guys travel to do that?
We travel, yeah. We travel all over, East Coast, West Coast, and then we have we have a podcast that we have different guests on, different topics, and then we do we have a YouTube channel with different topics on anything from cooking food to doing a bug out and how to pack your bug out bag and equipment that you need for that.
Ooh, what's in there?
So you get the staples of preparedness. You got medical, you got food, shelter, and then like something to start a fire, and then something to gather water. So you put all those things inside of that, and so as long as you have all those things covered, you should be able to survive for depending on how many days you get planned for. So we usually say have a supply of 72 hours. And
Per person?
you should be able to like sustain yourself once that is up. You could be able to like
Now you recommend it like per person, or do you recommend that for like the entire family?
I would say own bug out bag with like their own little thing in there, like just something to fire, something to get water, and then you should have like I think a bigger cache of like food, water for everybody. So you have enough if you're going to bug out. So if you're bugging out in a vehicle, you're going to make sure you set your vehicle up for bugging out, like where you put your stuff at. Organization is key, knowing where everything is at, and then streamlining everything. So make sure that you just bring the necessities you need so you're not carrying all this weight.
Cool. Well, you're great to re-record some of this. Give it down like that because the signal sucks since you started moving. Are you still there?